Hi everyone, so we are back into our session again. This session is going to be on counting, lecture number 7, right? So I hope my voice and everything is audible. So please, before I start the session, I like to ask everyone to hit the like button so that I would come to know that, yeah, many of you might have joined the session here. Okay. And I hope you might have done past 6 sessions, right? They are very important. Okay. So please inform everybody so that people can join us, right? So yeah. So this will be the lecture number 7. So I hope my voice and everything is audible, right? Fine. So lecture 7 on counting only. So you might be thinking, sir, why you are spending more time on counting, right? So see, I have only spent 6 hours on counting, right? Okay. And these 6 hours will make your future better. Understood. Good evening. So these 6 hours. Now, if I'm gonna spend 10 hours, so in your entire life, these 10 hours will be, you can say, a very important hours, right? So please remember these things. Okay. So lecture number 7. So here I will start again the similar thing that last time I have done. How to, permutation for indistinct objects, or you can say identical objects. So I will take one question. This question was asked in, you can say, means 20, right? What was this question? The number of words with or without meaning can be formed from the letter of the word letter. Okay, so here they have given Letter, letter. Okay, so you have to form a number of words. Okay, with or without meaning. You can just okay, fine. So with or without meaning, you can form a word here. Okay, in which you have to make sure that in which the vowels never come together. Vowels never come together. Okay, this is a question. What you have to find? Number of words you have to find. Right? Number of words you can form using these letters Letter. Okay, in which vowel never come together. So can somebody solve this question? It's a very good question that people can try, right? So here again, whenever they say that vowels never come together, or couples, girls will not sit together, or in this manner, if somebody is saying, okay, if the question is asking you, right, to do, what you can do here is, you can always forget about vowel, just forget about vowel, right? You can use the gap method here. Gap. What you do first, you arrange, L T T R, you are try to arrange them. Okay, then you can fill the gap. Okay, so but while filling the gap, you have to find how many gaps are there and how many vowels are there that you have to fit in, right? Okay, that will be the one possibility that you can have, right? So this is very important. So here I'm using permutation of indistinct objects, as well as you can say gap method I'm using, right? So it's a very simple question, right? So the answer will be what? L T T R. You just try to arrange them first and forget about EE, right? There are two vowels, you just forget about them. Okay, so what we can do, how can we arrange them? So there are 4 letters. Yeah, so over counting has been done, because why we are calling it over counting here? So I'm using here over counting, okay, and correcting concept, okay, which I have learned from Stanford Online, okay, recently launched course. And second concept is what? The gap method that you can use. Gap method. Okay, so these two methods we are using, that's it. So L T T R, so 4 factorial, and then you see here 2 factorial will be divided here, right? It's a very simple concept. Okay, now how many gaps are there? You see, 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap, 4, 5 gaps. So 5C2, you have to choose 2 gaps so that you can fit these guys. Okay, double E. Now there will be only one possibility, right? You can say, okay, so you can say 1 multiply with 1. So I think this is clear. So what will be the answer here? Guys, let me also tell you, don't leave answer till this point. Okay, you have to answer till the end. Okay, because you have to get the marks. Okay, you have to get the marks, though I also have to get the marks if I'm gonna appear for the examination, but you have to also get the marks. So answer will be what? 120. So this was a mains 2020 question. It was very easy question that I have told you, right? So let me take one more question. It can be from the number system only, right? But here also I'm going to use permutation concept, right? So this question was asked mains 21 and as well as advanced 09. You see, in advanced 09 and 21, right? So what is this question? The question here is the number of 7-digit integers, the number of 7 digits integer, okay, 7-digit integers with the sum of, okay, with the sum of digits, with the sum of digits equal to, okay, equal to 10, okay, and formed by, and formed by there are some digits given using using 1, 2 and 3 only. Okay, so you have to form, you have to tell me number of 7 digits integers. How many number of 7-digit integer that you can form? Okay, so whatever digits you are going to use, if you sum them, so the sum should be what? Sum should be always 3, right? Sorry, sum should be 10, right? So what is the solution here? So you can also note down the options if you want, because many of you might be looking for the options. So the first option is 77, 42, 35 and 82, right? So these are the options that is given. Okay, the number of 7-digit integers, okay, 7-digit integers with sum of digits equal to 10. So whatever digits you're going to use, right, you're going to sum them. Okay, if you're going to sum them, so sum should be 10. Okay, so this is very good question, right? So you can say that there are, like, you take x1 plus x2 plus and so on, x7, okay, and because that integer is going to be 7-digit integer, okay, so x1 plus x2 plus x7, sum should be 10, right? Now there can be how many cases you can have, okay, because you have only these 3 choices, 1, 2, 3. Using these digits you have to form a 7-digit integer. Okay, I think this is clear. So what are the cases that you can form? Please remember, right? So case 1, we can say that case 1, suppose we are taking x1 x2 like 1 1 1 1 1 1, like, okay, I hope this makes sense. So 5 you have taken, right? And then last 2 you can take as 2 and 3, right? Now case 2 you can say is, what is case 2 here? You can say that 1 1 1 1. So 4 digits are 1 and last 3 digits are 2 2, right? You can take this combination, right? Now you might be thinking, sir, can we take so you can take it, right? Take 3 as a 1 1 1, right? And take 4. You can check, okay, these 2 cases are possible only in this case, right? Only 2 cases. So I think everybody can arrange them. So it's a very simple question, right? How we can arrange these? 7 factorial over counting, okay, 7, there are 7 digits, so we are over counting the thing, right? You are over counting the thing. Okay, so over counting, correcting means how many digits are repeating in a number, right? So 5 factorial, okay, 5 factorial, okay, so you can solve this, right? And here also you can do the same, right? Here also you can do the same. So kaise karoge? 7 factorial by over counting, then 4 factorial and 3 factorial. I hope this makes sense. If you're going to solve this, this is 42 and this will give you 37. If you add them, so you're going to add these 2 cases. So answer kitna aa raha hai? 77. How many of you understood this question? Yeah, Atif is correct. Yeah. You see the magic, okay? The magic in the question is, this. And whenever Dheeraj sir tells you any concept, right? So they are all valid concepts, right? And as long as we are going to spend more time on mathematics, so our future will be bright. Okay, if today we are weak, tomorrow we are going to become stronger. Okay, this is the strategy that you have to follow. And I believe in learning, not in teaching anything, right? I believe in learning. If I'm going to teach something, I'm gonna learn. And if you're getting benefited, life is amazing. Okay. And no manipulations, no manipulations. Okay. So I hope this makes sense. Now we will talk about permutation of objects taken some at a time. Okay. The concept is what? Permutation of objects taken some at a time, right? Taken some at a time. Okay, so this is permutation of objects taken some at a time. So this is very important concept, right? Suppose let me take one question. You know, always I try to explain any concept with the question, right? So this is one more important concept that you can note down in your short note. And people, if you're preparing short notes, you guys can share with me also. Complete short notes. I like to invite people whose handwritings are amazing, right? So they can share me the, by making the PDF and all, right? That extra effort you have to do, right? So that notes will be ever ready for future people, right? So permutation of objects taken some at a time, or you can also combine my notes. Okay, so that will be also good. How many 5-letter word? How many 5-lettered word? Okay, how many 5-letter words can be formed? Can be formed, okay, using the letters of the word independence. IND, independence, right? Independence. Okay, I think this is clear. So here we have got independence, and the word independence we have got, right? In this word, how many letters are there, you see, and how many 5-lettered word we have can be formed? Means if you want to form a word, right? So what you are going to do? You have to use the permutation concept, right? Okay. So how many words are there? You see. So many of you might make mistake here, right? So what kind of mistake that you're going to do? What you will do? How many words? Independence, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 alphabets, right? You can say there are 12 letters, and you're going to select 5 and then arrange. That is wrong. Okay. Okay, that is the first thing that you always do, right? So out of 5, okay, you are going to choose I and D, okay, and then you're going to, so remember that there are, these some letters are not distinct, right? Some letters are same also, okay, that you have to always keep in mind. Understood? So that 12C5 is wrong, okay, 12C5 is gonna be wrong, okay. So please remember this. I hope this makes sense, everyone, right? So please don't make mistake, okay. It was just like, if you want to take picture, right? So there are 3 friends, sorry, there are 5 friends, and you want to, take picture. So you're going to arrange 3 friends. So पहले आप क्या करोगे? First you will, select 3 out of 5 and then arrange them. That is permutation, right? But all 5 people are distinct. But in this case, whatever objects are there, you can say, whatever letters are there, they are not what? They are not in, distinct, right? Some letters are, their frequency is more, right? I mean, the repetition is there. Okay, everyone is getting this point or not? What I want to highlight here. So don't answer this question by using 12C5. 12C5 is wrong. Okay, and then arrange it. That is wrong. So first of all, you need to see how many I's are coming, right? So you can say N. How many N's are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then how many E's are there? 4. Okay, D कितने आ रहे हैं? 2. And then I 1. And then you can say that P is coming 1 time, and you can say C1, right? So you just count, okay, how many objects are getting repeated, right? You can take any letter as an object here, right? So I think this is clear. Okay. And now we need to make a case, right? We will be developing some cases here, right? Okay. In first case, what we can do here is, in first case, all letters are different, we can say, right? All letters are different. Okay. So case one, or else let me copy this guy and paste over there. तो अब ये आपका ब्रह्मास्त्र है, right? You can say this will be helping you to find the answer. ठीक है. And very soon, guys, I'm going to start. There are 6 different letters. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Atif. So I'm very soon I'm going to launch from 10th of November. I'm going to start solving all the PYQ, right? All the PYQ of GATE examination, okay, from all the branches. So I will be starting with, you know, probability and statistics. Then I will go for calculus, then linear algebra, because, you know, linear algebra is very simple for me. So I will be doing at the end. And one more thing, I will do, you can tell to your friends also, I'm gonna do for all the topics, like, you know, complex variable, you know, all the topic. Okay, so that in future many of you might be sitting here and prepare everything. Okay. That will be the main thing. So all topic has got around 400 plus question if you count from 2023 to 1987. Okay, one day I was counting. So case number 1, let us take here. So you can say that case 1 means all 5 are different, right? All 5 different, you can say. Okay. Case 2 में क्या हो जाएगा? You can say that 4 identical and 1 different, you can say, right? And case 3 में क्या हो सकता है? You can say, see, 4 maximum, you can say identical, right? 3 identical, right? And 2 different. Yes, you can take 2 because there are 2 D's. I hope this makes sense to you, right? Now you might be thinking, sir, how you are developing these cases? See, I know how many objects are repeated, right? So depending upon that. Now case 4. So we can say that 2 identicals, right? Or you can say 3 identical, right? 3 identicals and 2 identical also you can take. This is also one more case you can do, right? I hope this makes sense, because, you know, 3 identical, 2 identical, that you can take. Case number 5. 3 identical. Okay, I hope this makes sense. You can say that 2 identical. Sorry, 3 different. Yeah, there are 3 which are different. Okay, I, P, C. Okay, they are different. Okay, I think this is clear. Now case number 6 will be what, guys? Case number 6. Case number 6 will be, you can say, 2 identical. Okay, and 2 identical again. Yeah, you can say 2 identical and 2 identical again. And then you can say that 1 different. I hope this makes sense to you, right? So these are the cases that you are going to get. These are the cases that you're going to get. Yes, we will see what is the answer. Okay, so now you make the case, you make the you know, I think anybody know how to permute, right? How to find the permutation of all 5 different 5 factorial ways, right? But you have to choose out of you know, out of 6 you have to choose 5 different. Okay, understood? So all 5 means what? All 5 different means what? You have to choose, right? You have to choose it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 objects, right? We are taking we are using bundling cases also. Atif Khan is saying case 2 redundant होगा ना if you are considering case 6. See, case 2 में क्या है? 4 identical, I am choosing 1 different, right? Case 6 में 2 identical. Yeah, we can take 2 identical also, right? So nothing is going to be redundant, right? Okay. Yeah. Yes, Devant, both are different. Fine. That you have to understand. So देखो, 4 identical means you can take 4 E's are there, right? Okay. And one of I or P, whatever you want to take, right? Okay. I hope this makes sense, right? So 5, see, these are the bundles now you can take, right? These are the bundles. Okay? Just use bundle concept also. ये bundles हो गए, ठीक है? Okay, these are the bundles. Okay, I think this is clear. Now you select it, right? You're going to select, okay, because after all selection is important, right? So out of 6, you're going to choose 5 into 5 factorial, because 5 are different, so we can arrange them. Now from this 4 identical, you can say 4 identical, 1 different, right? So 4 identical means what? You guys can make this Atif, yes. Ease can come in 4 identical, yes, fine. So see, gradually you have to understand everything, right? So this is very simple to understand, okay? Now 4 identical, 1 different. So there is only 1 different which can be arranged in one way, right? And 4 identical, right? So out of you can say yeah. So you have to just use the permutation concept here. Okay, use permutation, right? But first of all, you need to choose also, right? So out of 4 identical, how many identicals are there? You see, 4 identical here, right? And 1 different. 3 identical, 2 different, right? So I have given you the cases and you guys can make it, okay? 1 5 C 1, yes. It is correct. 1 into 5 C 1. Then you have to there are 5 total, you can say 5 upon 4 factorial. Fine. इसका क्या हो जाएगा? You can say that it will be 2 into 5C2 into 5 by 3 identical, right? So whatever identicals are there, you have to divide it over counting, and here you can say 2 into 2 into 5 factorial by 3 factorial, 2 factorial, right? And then I think this is clear, yes. 5 factorial by 4 factorial. Then 2 identical and 3 different. 2 identical and 3 different means 3 into you can say that 5C3 into 5 factorial by 2 factorial, right? Yes, this is correct. And then last one is what? Last one, 2 identical and 1 different. Okay, so 2 identical you can say is like you can take from here 2 identical, okay? So 3C2 you can say, and 1 identical from this, okay, like 4C1 into 1 different, right? So total कितना है? 5 factorial by 2 2. Now you just sum them up, right? So whatever answer you will get, that is the answer. So this is slightly lengthier question, just to understand it, right? ये थोड़ा lengthy है, but it is very important, right? So answer कितना आ रहा है? The answer will be basically 1350. Okay. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to select and arrange, right? तो क्या क्या प्रोसीजर्स हैं ये समझो, right? तो देखो, first of all you need to make the category here, right? And then you have to do selection. Then you have to do what? You have to go for permutation. Okay, so this is what the table you should make, right? Okay. मतलब whatever answer you are getting, sorry, whatever answer you're getting, just you sum them up everything, so you will get the answer, right? Fine. Now let me take one question, a very good question, right? It is a very lengthy question, you can ignore also, right? Oh, yes, needless to worry about that. Uh, this is for the learning sake. That's it. Okay, just to open your eyes. Understood. But solve the question in the gate examination. Very simple question will be there, right? You can solve in one line also, right? So ये table आप याद रखो, this table. ठीक है? And suppose question is like this. This question was asked in M20, means 20, right? So the number of words with or without meaning that can be formed by taking 4 letters at a time, right? The number of words, okay, with or without, okay, meaning that can be formed, that can be formed by taking 4 letters at a time, okay, by taking 4 letters at a time, means permutation of indistinct objects, you can say some at a time, right? That is the concept that we are using, okay. So the number of words with or without meaning that can be formed by taking 4 letters at a time, okay, at a time from the letters of the word, you can say syllabus, okay, syllabus, okay. Such that see, now they have given some condition also, so this condition will help you to make the cases easier, right? So there will not be many cases also, simple, okay, that you can do. Such that 2 letters are distinct, okay, such that 2 letters are distinct, okay, and 2 letters are alike. Now this question becomes easy now, right? Because they have given something in the question, right? So they are saying that number of words with or without meaning that can be formed by taking 4 letters. Now in 4 letters, 2 letters are distinct, 2 letters are same. So they have given the condition, right? So I think people can try this question. Yeah, please try this question. So you have got S, L. Let me write all these letters in a word. S by double L, A B U S. Okay. Now you see, guys, this question is amazing question, right? Okay. So how many S is there? S2, L2, right? And then by is 1 and B is 1, and then A is 1 and U is 1, right? So letters are distinct, 2 letters are distinct, 2 letters are alike. Yes. What is the answer here? Anybody? Yes. What we can do here is they have already stated something, so case 1 will be only the answer, right? So let me do this in the next page. So 2 identical, okay, and 2 distinct. Okay, so they have already mentioned, you don't have to make a case here, right? Let me check what is the answer. Okay, so 2 identical means you can say that S by A you can take whatever, okay, 4-letter word. So 2 identical means there are 2, okay, so means you have to choose first 2 identical, right, out of okay, so I think this is clear. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? What you have to do first? What is the first? Can somebody tell me here? What is going to be here? Two identical, two distinct. Two identical, two distinct. Can you tell me the combination and permutation, how we are going to permute? Two identical and two. So how many cases will be there? Okay, case will be one only, right? But यहाँ पर देखो, यहाँ पर you can take 2L also, you can take 2S also, right? So only two, there will be two, right? You can say, and then 2 times 5C2, right? 5C2, and then you have to arrange them. So 4 factorial by 2 factorial. What is the answer here? 5 into 5 into 4, right? 1 2 into okay, so 4 into 3 into 2 factorial by 2 factorial. So you just cancel it, right? Okay. 25 into 2 into 12. What is the answer here, guys? कितना आंसर आ रहा है? 2C1, yes, 2C1, 5C2, yes, that is correct. 2C1, 5C2 and 4 by 2 factorial. Perfect. So 240 is the right answer. Pressing one block, 2C1 for similar, yeah. Very good, Atif. So here 240 is the answer. So guys, always remember, we are using again and again the overcounting and correcting, and selection and permutation. We are not using any formula kind of thing, right? Now we will talk about the next concept. So your linear permutation is over, right? Linear permutation, you can solve many questions now, right? All the question, and I suggested ki you guys can practice from JE. In fact, I will be announcing something very shortly, right? तो आपको और भी benefit होगा, ठीक है? Okay, very shortly I will be announcing. Actually, we have only 24 hours, right? So in my case, I want to do many things in 24 hours, but unfortunately, we are not able to do, right? So that is the case. Otherwise, if 48 hours are there in a day, then life is very good. So circular permutation, right? This is also very important topic, like people who are going for CAT or people who are writing gate examination. कोई भी एग्जाम आप दोगे फ्यूचर में, you will be sitting for the placements. तो आपसे permutation combination के क्वेश्चन certainly पूछे जाते हैं, right? In fact, DSA and all, when you go through algorithms and all, there also these concepts are very important, right? So the number of circular permutation, suppose there are n distinct objects are there, n distinct objects are there, right? Suppose there are n distinct objects. So okay, n distinct objects, right? So how many number of circular permutation it is possible, right? So suppose you have got you just take it 3, right? The number of circular permutation, number of circular permutations of n distinct objects will be what? N minus 1 factorial. Okay, this is just a concept that you have to use it, right, throughout. Okay, and always realize your mother, you can say necklace or something, right? Or if you have gifted somebody, okay, to your friends or some, I think in college nobody gives necklace and all, it's very expensive matter, right? But yeah, okay, the number of, okay, people, when people get married, they give necklace, right? So they can understand the necklace, how necklace is formed, right? So you will find that both sides, right? Yes, yes, Devang, this is when clock and anti-clockwise are different, right? Ha. Bas, yeah. Okay, so this is very important to keep in mind. So n minus 1 objects, right? So suppose you have got three objects, suppose A, B, C. All three objects are different, right? All three objects are different. Okay. So how many ways are there you can put in this table, right? In circular table, right? That you have to keep in mind. Okay. So there will be what? 3 minus 1 ways, right? So only 3 minus 1 factorial, that is 2 factorial. Okay. Understood. So one guy will be fixed always, and then you have to arrange. Okay. So that is very important to keep in mind. Okay. So one guy will always be fixed. Okay. Fine. One more thing that you can do always is, let me tell you, you can use the concept of this. What you can do? Suppose there are n number of objects and distinct objects. Okay. And you want to find the circular permutation. What you can do? You can first go for overcounting, then divide by n. Right? This is the case that you can do. So n factorial by n means what? N into n minus 1 factorial by n, which is n minus 1. This is also one way of doing, right? So you can divide by n. Okay, that is what the thing is. Now, there are two cases. One is anti-clockwise, one is clockwise, right? Okay. If there is a concept called necklace, right? अगर आप question में necklace का concept use करते हो, necklace, or you can say garland. In this case, you have to go for n minus 1 factorial by 2, right? Okay, because if you go clockwise or anti-clockwise, both will be same. Both arrangement is gonna be same. So just divide by 2. N minus 1 by 2, right? So let me take one question here. The question says this, okay? The number of ways in which it is not that important, but I'm just telling for the sake of completeness, or okay, because we have to start probability very soon. After few sessions, probability will be started. And so the number of ways in which 5 boys and 3 girls can be seated, okay, on a round table, on a round table. Okay, now they have said round table means it is a matter of circular permutation, that you have to always keep in mind, right? In linear permutation, we always arrange in a row or in a straight line, you can say, but number of ways here we have to find in which 5 boys and 3 girls can be seated on a round table. Okay, if there is a condition, if a particular boy, you can say B1, and a particular girl G1, right, never sit adjacent to each other, right? So read the question again and again and try to solve it. Okay, this question was asking M17. Yes. Okay, so we are teaching for GATE, so I don't want to call anything, right? So number of ways in which 5 boys and 3 girls can be seated on a round table if a particular boy B1 and particular girl G1 never sit adjacent to each other. Yes, guys. So what is the answer for this question? You guys can say the options are there. Option A, option, you can say 5 into 6 factorial, 6 into 6 factorial, 7 factorial. ये तो आंसर नहीं होगा. 5 into 7 factorial. So which option is correct? Yes. Use the concept and tell me fast. Okay. So they are saying that V1 and G1 never sit adjacent to each other. So you can forget about them, right? You just forget about them. Okay. So 2 people are gone, right? So how many people are there now? 5 boys and 3 girls are there. 8 total was there, right? Now 6 has to be arranged first. Right? 6 को कितने तरीके से आप अरेंज कर सकते हो? Tell me guys. How many ways 6 people can be arranged? 5 factorial ways, right? That you know in the circular table. ठीक है. So what is the solution here? Suppose this is a circle, okay, and there are B1 and G1 are gone, right? Just forget about them because they cannot sit. हाँ okay. So देखो 5 factor, there are 6 people now, right? 6. Okay. तो 6 को हमें अरेंज करना है इसमें, तो आप बोल सकते हो B2, right? You can say B2, B3, and then B4, then B5, then I think G2, not B6, G2 and G3, right? Okay, I think this is clear. So इनको कितने तरीके से आप कर सकते हो? 5 factorial ways, right? Now the question is what? Let's see Atif, yeah, checking. So now how many gaps are there? Just find out, because you have to put them also, you have to arrange them, right? तो कितने gaps यहाँ पर है देखो. Gap method, again I'm using gap method. So gap is like 1 gap, second gap, third, fourth, 5, 6 into 6 C2, and इनको कितने तरीके से आप अरेंज कर सकते हो? B1 G1, 2 factorial ways. So 5 factorial into 6 into 5 by 2 into 2 factorial, right? So you can cancel, right? What is this? Yeah, 5 into 6 factorial. How many of you understood this question? So you keep noting down also, okay, sir, what sir is doing, right? What sir is doing, okay? So I'm using the similar concept. देखो gap method भी use कर रहे हैं, and we are using circular permutation concept. That's it, okay? Gap method plus circular permutation, you can say, right? Okay, I think this is clear. Now let me take one more question. अब एक क्वेश्चन और है, बहुत ही अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. लाइफ में कभी भूलोगे नहीं ये क्वेश्चन, राइट? मतलब ये भी आ चुका है आपका M12 में. तो what is this question? Let me write down why I'm writing the question, guys. I can take the question and paste it, okay? अच्छा, 2 फैक्टोरियल कैसे आया? ग्रेट. कौन सा वाला? देखो 2 फैक्टोरियल कैसे आया, ये वाला, क्योंकि आपको इनको अरेंज भी करना है ना V1 G1 को. यू हैव टू अरेंज V1 G1, राइट? ओके, सो आई होप दिस मेक्स सेंस. अर्शदीप, समझ आया क्या? Arranging B1 and G1, you can write down this. Arranging B1 and G1. Each and every line should be understood, okay? Fine. Now if 7 V1, right, and 7 men. So W stands for V-men, and 7 and remember this, and 7 men are there, right? 7 women, 7 men, 7 women, 7 men, right? Okay, so this is very important. 7 women and 7 men are to be seated around circular table. Are to be seated around a circular table. Okay, such that there are, okay, such that there is, you can, such that there is a man, okay, a man on either side either side of every woman. Okay. Okay, every woman you can say, not women. Right? सर लेकिन सर्कुलर में है ना ये तो, देखो फिर से वही बात, अब दो लोगों को तुम्हें करना है तो, है ना। देखो मैं फिर से बता रहा हूँ, याद रखना दो लोगों को अरेंज करना है तो सर्कल में अरेंज करना मतलब क्या है, राइट। ओके, इट लुक्स लाइक अ स्ट्रेट, जस्ट अरेंज देम, राइट। सो उनको सर्कुलर वो मत सोचो कि यू नो 2 - 1 करना है। गैप के बाद आपको सर्कुलर परमुटेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं यूज करना है, ठीक है, गैप मेथड लगाने के बाद, याद रखना। ओके अर्शदीप, फाइन, दिस काइंड ऑफ कंफ्यूजन ऑकर्स, राइट, मेरे माइंड में भी आता है जब मैं व्हेन आई डिलीवर द सेशन, बट इट्स ओके, आई लर्न फ्रॉम यू गाइज, ठीक है। So if 7 women and 7 men are to be seated around a circular table such that there is a man on either side of women, every woman, then number of seating arrangement is, then number of seating arrangement is, yes, नंबर ऑफ सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट आपको बताना है। तो आई थिंक ये तो बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि 7 men and 7 women आर देयर, राइट। टोटल हाउ मेनी पीपल आर देयर, 14, right? There is a man on either side of the women, okay, you can say। चलो, so this is very simple। why it is simple, can somebody tell me why it is simple? Here again I am going to use gap method only. Now the question is, you might be thinking why gap method. See, with every man, okay, with every man, okay, with every man, okay, there should be a woman. Now the man can sit anywhere, suppose this is a woman or any woman is there, so here man can be there, here man can be there. So what you can do here is, man should not sit alone, I mean man should not, you can say, sit together, that is what the main concept is, right? Okay, तो आप भूल जाओ मैन को भूल जाओ पूरी तरह से, क्या करो, मैन को भूल जाओ, पहले आप वीमेंस को अरेंज कर लो। चलो आ जाओ, सबसे पहले वीमेंस को अरेंज करते हैं। जैसे आप सपोज यू इनवाइटेड 5 people, लाइक 5 men 5 women 5 boys and 5 girls। सबसे पहले आप क्या करते हो, राउंड टेबल में first you give them honor, right? Guys, you guys can sit here now, 5 people can be arranged, right? So few people will be very happy, right? नहीं, अगर लड़के लड़के को, बॉयज को अगर आप अरेंज कर दिए तो फिर काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन विल बी डिफिकल्ट, राइट? ये पार्टीज में होता है। तो आप क्या करोगे यहाँ पर, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू अरेंज 7, you can say 7 women, right? because both are equal, no problem। तो आप यहाँ पर अरेंज कर दो 1 2 3 4 5 6, right, and 7 women are there। so how many ways are there, 1 will be always 6, right? so 7 factorial by 7 you can do, right? हाँ, it happens in real life, ठीक है। 7 factorial मतलब 7 factorial by 7 you can say into, people might forget 6 factorial you can write directly, or 7 factorial upon 7 you can do, right, into, right? आपको क्या, how many gaps are there that you have to look for, right? so gap method is also powerful method। so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 7 men are there, so 7 C 7, okay। okay, I hope this makes sense। कितने 7 लोग हैं तो 7 फैक्टोरियल करोगे, बस आंसर आ गया। ये कितना आ गया आंसर भाई, बताओ जल्दी फास्ट। तो इसका आंसर है 6 factorial into 7 factorial. This is the answer. So how many of you understood which method is more easy? Like circular permutation is easy or linear permutation is easy? Which permutation you guys are liking? I like this method. I mean, I like this circular permutation. Hmm? So I hope everybody enjoyed this. Now we will talk about the total number of selections. The next concept is total number of selections. Total number of selections. So tomorrow will be the last session, guys, on counting. Remember, tomorrow will be last session of counting, right? Last. Okay, like you guys can now practice. I will be conducting future sessions on some problem solving. अगर करेंगे तो PYQ में, बाकी I'm not going to discuss more, right? Tomorrow will be last and I will be concluding. So you can expect it might be 2 hours session or 1.5 hours. Okay, because the last session should be given more important. Okay. So these 8 hours will be making your life, right? Entire life. So total number of selection, or sometimes we call it combination. Total number of selections and combinations, right? Now I will take identical cases. I will take and different cases, right? I mean, I will consider distinct objects as well as identical objects. दोनों के लिए हमें selection देखना है, right? So you see here, I'm just taking here an identical things, right? Or objects you can say, and here I'm writing and you can say different or distinct things. Okay. So see, like in permutation also we have seen permutation for alike objects, permutation for distinct objects, right? So selection should also be understood for both kind of objects and different things and different and identical things, right? So number of ways of selecting, you can say, just I'm going to tell. Fine. So number of ways of selecting. Suppose you selecting 0 things. We're starting with number of ways of selecting 0 thing. Right. So can somebody tell me what will be here? What is going to be this? And if there are n identical things, so how many selections are possible? How many combinations are possible? If you're going to select 0 thing, anyone? Anyone? Number of ways of selecting 0 thing. How many combinations are possible? Guys, only one combination is there, right? And this is very important. Out of n different things, if you want to select 0 thing, मतलब NC0. I think this is clear. NCR का फॉर्मूला हम लोग कहां पर याद करेंगे? जब n different things रहेगा, right? Okay, if n identical things are there, right? So only one combination is there, guys. अगर सारे same है, so only one is going to be always. One will be always, guys, right? Combination का case is very good case, right? One will be always there. Okay, and if n different things are there, so you have to take NC0. NCR formula you can use there, right? Now number of things, number of ways of selecting one thing, you can say one thing. Tell me, if there are n number of identical objects, तो क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पर? It will be 1 only, right? But it will be NC1. How many of you understanding this table? अब मान लो यहाँ पर ऐसा है कि there are n number of okay, there are n number of ways of selecting n things. Okay, n things, right? So how many combinations are possible, guys? Tell me here. Only one. Right? So ये one ही one रहेगा. But what it will be? NCN. What it will be? NCN. So guys, if you are adding 1 n times, can somebody tell me if you are adding 1 n times starting from 0, so क्या होगा? What will be sum? Can somebody add all the cases here? Please add all. ठीक है, सबको ऐड कर दो यहाँ से. तो कितना आ जाएगा? n plus 1, right? n plus 1, okay. It will be n plus 1. See, I am adding 1 n times, right? So n plus 1 it will be, right? And what it will be? If there are n different things and you are started adding from, you can say nc0 plus nc1 plus ncn, it will be 2 to the power n, right? 2 to the power n. Okay, it is going to be 2 to the power n. I think many of you might have seen the binomial coefficients, right? Binomial coefficient, okay. Binomial coefficients are very important, right? So binomial coefficients say 2 to the power n it will be, right? Remember this. So if someone is going to ask you, if someone is going to ask you, the very first concept, the number of ways of selecting, number of ways of selecting 0 or more objects from n distinct objects. N distinct objects. क्या आंसर आएगा बताओ? Anyone please tell me the number of ways of selecting 0 or more objects from n. What will be total number of ways or total number of combinations, you can say? It will be 2 to the power n. Okay, like nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 plus nc3 plus ncn, right? So that will be 2 to the power n. ठीक है, 2 to the power n. Please remember this. nc0, nc1, nc2 plus and so on plus ncn, which is 2 to the power n. Many of you directly see this formula. Okay, so life is very difficult. Okay, but if you look this formula like this, okay, in, you can say, one concept we always use in, divide and conquer rule, right? I think many of you know, right? So we always divide the problem into different pieces and we try to understand, okay, then we try to conquer the word, right? So this is the right way of understanding, right? How many of you understood this? Then we are adding all the binomial coefficients, you can say nc0 plus nc1. Now number of ways of selecting one or more objects from n distinct objects. ठीक है. See, I'm not including 0 now. If I'm not including 0 now, so what will be the answer? First you count over count, right? Over count, right? You just count over counting, मतलब पूरा count कर लो. 2 to the power n will be there. Then you do minus 1. One of the combination you have to subtract, right? So 2 to the power minus 2 to the power n minus 1. If the number of ways of selecting one or more objects from n number of objects. I hope this makes sense. Fine. Then third is what? The number of ways of selecting zero or more objects. Okay, 0 or more objects. See, if they are asking number of, you can say number of ways of selecting 0 objects, so that will be 1 always, right? 1. But if they are saying number of ways of selecting zeros or more objects from n identical objects, right? Objects from n identical objects, right? So ये कितना हो जाएगा? n plus 1. because you know 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. मान लो ऐसा बोलता है कि number of objects one or more from an identical object, it will be n only, right? So you guys can complete it right here. You know, I'm just writing do. Actually, my grandfather used to write do only whenever he doesn't want to write anything. So some archives are there, right? So whenever I go back to my hometown and I check his handwriting, so it matches with my handwriting, right? He's now 81-year-old, right? So he always write do. Okay, this is the way I learned from there. So I think you guys also understand. So number of ways of selecting, right? So n and n plus 1. I hope this makes sense to all. कितने लोगों को समझ आ गया? So we'll do many problem based on this, guys, and this will be okay. Based on this, we will solve many questions, right? And yeah. Fine. So this is the concept, and then so now we will meet in the next session because time is up already 1 hour. I decided to give 1 hour session, right? So this is enough, and you know, you can expect tomorrow is going to be last session. I mean next day, last session will be there, and then we'll start priority, right? So I would recommend that people who are looking for complete guidance, right? People like who are looking for AI and ML assignments and all. In fact, complete guidance for GATE data science and AI. Okay, so they can always reach to me, right? So I will be discussing everything, right? So that I can say you, and hit the like and share among everyone, because since it will be public after few days, right? So I want everyone to learn these sessions, so you guys can also share with your juniors, irrespective of you know, they are taking classes from anywhere, right? At least they should learn the real thing. Okay, thank you so much. We'll meet in next session. Take